I know it was a violation of trust. So I plan to rebuild that trust. And one way to do that is to make you the permanent CEO of Aurora, taking the step to place the company in your hands. Have you given my offer any thought?
I have. You know what? I'd like to take you up on it.
Well, that's great. Man, that's fantastic news.
Before you finalize anything, though, I have to ask, are you offering me this job solely to get back in my good graces?
Am I doing it partially to earn your forgiveness? Absolutely. But you and I both know that you're the perfect person for the job.
And why is that?
Because you've got a ton of C-suite experience. You know the company. You ran it for years while I was away.
What about Curtis?
Curtis is a great friend, and he's an amazing employee. And he was the perfect choice for the interim CEO, but when it comes to leading the company, you are the future, Michael, not Curtis.
When do you want to make the announcement? And how do you plan to handle the transition?
I think the best thing for the company and for us is to make sure that Curtis knows that he's valued as an employee and that he did a great job as interim CEO, but he does lack the experience to do the job long term.
Okay.
And then we just got to get everything lined up. Secure board approval, put my assets into a blind trust, and then before I take office, we'll just make it official. Curtis will go back to being the head of the Aurora Wellness Division, and he'll get a bump in pay. And then you will take over as CEO.
And how do you think Curtis will handle that? You did promise a CEO job to him, didn't you?
No, I may have implied it, but I definitely never promised it to him. And bottom line is it's my company to run as I see fit. Curtis is very capable, but you are my family, Michael. You come first.
I am glad to hear you say that.
I was never going to choose Curtis over you.
This all sounds good. You obviously put a lot of thought into this.
Does that mean...
We have a deal.
Oh, that's great news, man. I'm happy to hear that. And I know this is going to take some time, but I hope that we can rebuild our relationship. I just want to say that I'm really grateful that you're meeting me halfway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just, want to set things right. And I'm very optimistic about Aurora's future.
Yeah, sky's the limit for both of us.
Like the sound of that?
All right. Well, look, I'm sorry to say this, but I do got to go. I got to check in with my office in D.C., so.
All right, a congressman's work never ends.
Yeah, that's the truth. Talk soon.
All right.
All right.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoon. So, welcome back on in, everybody, man. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. Early happy Thanksgiving week to y'all as well, man. Hopefully y'all will enjoy yourselves, and for those guys that got a little break this week, man, hopefully y'all enjoying it, man. But let's get into it, man. So the first video I wanted to cover today was Michael and Drew. So this is the first of two videos because we're going to do the next one with Curtis and Michael talking. So I want to talk about how the conversation went between Drew and Michael. So Michael got a chance to talk to Drew directly about the CEO position. Really didn't get a chance to talk to Michael. Michael and Drew really didn't get a chance to talk about it in depth before. So they got a chance to talk about it. But what Michael really wanted to talk about was the Curtis part of it. Why Drew didn't want to give, why he doesn't think Curtis should be in the CEO spot long term at Aurora. And Drew's explanation for that was he just didn't think he was ready. He says he's a very capable employee, but he didn't think he was ready, and he really wanted to give that position to someone in the family like Michael that he trusts. So Michael got the reasoning for it, but one thing that Drew didn't account for was that he was being recorded the whole time by Michael for Curtis to listen to. I mean, Michael's been smart lately. This dude's been very smart lately. He put that phone upside down on the table and had this thing recorded the whole time, bro. Crazy stuff, man. He was able to get everything so that he could prove to Curtis that this man is not to be trusted. That was Michael's whole thing to Curtis about Drew, is that he cannot trust this man for anything. Now Curtis heard it for himself. We're going to talk about that in that particular video, but he was able to hear it. One thing that I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I thought Drew would be the bigger man here and admit he slept with Willow before Michael confronts him about it in the future. But I think Drew really thinks him and Willow are the only ones that know that they slept together, and that he's going to go to Washington without having a blemish of this on him, right? And it's crazy. And I like how Michael's kind of playing these games with him, like where Michael's kind of acting like he's clueless about it, not really bringing it up. I like that. I like the way I like the way Michael's playing this, man, because it's a little bit more calculated. It's like salt in the room, right? It's like salt in the wound. Or it's like when the FBI builds a case on a criminal, like like the FBI been doing with Diddy, just building up the cases so that his sentence could be where he can't get out of jail, right? So that's what Michael is basically doing. He's basically being an investigator. You know what I mean? You know, and he's doing it. And he's doing it this way. But the one thing that I did hear, and I got exposed to Seattle, is I heard rumors by Chad Duell, or I think Chad Duell said himself that he's leaving GH, and that put a monkey in my wrench, because now what are they going to do in the future? I hope he doesn't leave in time for the Willow and all that other stuff. Now Sasha's got a baby, so how they go? It's a mess. It's a huge mess, man. But go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and leave this video right here. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on this, man. We're going to get to the Curtis video. But give me your thoughts about this. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching this. Watching this one after news to like.